we are going to jump right into the NBA news around the league. A few things we're going to talk about right now. MVP standings. Who is your MVP right now? According to NBA Math, November 20th, MVP standings. Luka's number one. Jason Tatum, after seeing him in person, he's a bucket. Steph Curry is number three. SGA, quietly is kept. SGA is number four. And then Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid. I don't agree with Donovan Mitchell over Lauri Markkanen. Don't believe that. DeJounte Murray is number 10, along with Devin Booker at 8.
First of all, look at that guy at the top.
Yeah, Luka.
Yep. He was an Atlanta Hawk. We traded him.
Mm-hmm.
And never sit right with me.
I know.
And this, while we're here, this is what I mean about the difference. Even if you believe that Trey is a, perennial all-star, this is the difference. One of these guys is a perennial all-star. The other guy is an MVP candidate. Those are two different tier players.
Yeah,
Number two,
you gotta blame
I think
Quavo.
that Luka, I believe,
Hey,
I believe that Luka is the MVP.
right
I'm
now,
dropping
right now.
Yeah. I'm dropping. I gotta drop SGA out of there.
Why?
I think he's good, but I don't think his team plays competitive. They're not gonna be competitive enough for him to be in the MVP candidate. KD, your team don't look like it's
Right.
gonna be
I'm just
competitive
okay.
enough.
You okay? So either you gonna stay here or you gonna stay future. Like don't go future for SGA and then stay here for Luka. So right now these are the rankings.
Past, present, and future. I think that Luka's gonna be top 5 at the end of the season. But yeah, right now Luka. Then I'm probably going Embiid, then Tatum, then Steph, then SGA.
So Embiid hasn't played enough for me. He keeps getting hurt. That's the only reason, and I think that's why they got him at 6. When he plays, he's good, but he keeps getting hurt.
Yeah,
I think Lauri Markkanen should be higher. I think Lauri Markkanen should be higher. Higher.
Yeah,
than I think he should be over Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell,
Correct.
Joel Embiid,
Correct.
SGA.
Not better than Embiid.
His production this year, he's played more. I would put him right now for what at the number of games they've played right now. I think Lauri Markkanen should be top 6. I wouldn't put him at 9. I like DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray doesn't deserve to be on this list right now. His shooting woes have been horrible. But that's been pretty good. And then of course we already know Rookie of the Year is gonna be Paolo. I mean, unless he, prayerfully if he stays healthy, the Magic have like the best front court problem you could have. They got Paolo and Bol, as well as Wendell Carter Jr., Mo Bamba, and they starting to play Jonathan Isaac more.
And you got Franz
Wagner. So, like, they're obviously gonna have to make a trade soon. Hawks, you might be able to get 2 players back from them for John Collins. But this person that I'm surprised about, not Tari Eason, not Jaden Ivey's played well. Keegan Murray, I think, is too low on this list, but he's playing for. But Benedict Mathurin for the Pacers, I believe. Pacers.
Yeah. But Mathurin's been playing well since I think it was Summer League, where he was kind of understood to be the second guy.
When he called out LeBron, It was like, oh, you tripping. And then he came out here and he's been balling.
The guy who I'm most surprised about, and my sleeper pick, Tari Eason. I think he was the 17th pick by the Rockets. Why is he better than your second?
He won't be your Rookie of the Year because I don't think that he'll make a big enough impact on the wins for that team. But I think Paolo Banchero might take the Magic to the play-in or playoffs.
Yes. But when two guys got drafted in the same draft, and one guy got drafted at the second pick, and another guy got drafted at 17, and when you look at the rookie of the year ladder, and
I'm
17 is
always
at 4.
I'm always wary of those high draft picks when they don't do anything well, right? So like he's really athletic. What's his name? Plays for the Houston Rockets. He's really
Smith.
Jabari Smith. He was really athletic. He made a lot of wild plays because he was just jumping over people at Auburn and blocking shots. But he didn't really have a shot. He didn't have any post moves as a big man. He he didn't really do anything on offense. And I was like, well, I could see why OKC was like, nah, we're gonna get Paolo because the other guy, big dude that got hurt, tore his tendon, played for OKC, number 2 pick, Chet Holmgren.
Chet.
He was too skinny. And I still think that he could be a good NBA player. Have to put on weight, but Paolo was ready made. He's a big dude, dog. Like he's legit. Like you can't move him. He's faster than you.
He's what y'all want.
Yeah.
He's what y'all wanted Zion to be. Big, fast, has a handle.
I think he's better than Zion.
Can
Zion didn't have no handle like that.
Yes. That was my next point, which you stole from me.
Oh, my bad.
I think the Paolo Banchero is what Zion fans dreamed of. He plays so well right now that he does not have to get any better. If he can continue to play at just the level he's played so far, he is a Hall of Famer.
Whoa.
Look at his stats.
Games. We are 17 games into the season.
And if he continues to play like he's playing right now, he is a Hall of Famer.
Entire career. I mean, that's a lofty if.
It's a hell of a head start. I mean, and look, for context, 23.5 points, 8.3 rebounds, 3.6 assists.
He is doing things. You know who we really thought, well, we wanted to see LeBron evolve to this, right? So when LeBron was younger, this age, I mean, athletically, he was he was on another planet. For the first 7 to 8, well, I mean, whole career, but for the first 4 to 7 years, like he would have glimpses, but as he got older, we said, okay, Bron, like post some more, stop doing the step back 3. You got the handle, go to the rim, finish strong, but LeBron was more passive. Paolo has the LeBron package and is aggressive. That's the part that I like. Like he's LeBron, he plays like LeBron, got the handles, got the pass, got the shot. He's actually got a better shot than LeBron. But the difference that I see is like Paolo was like, okay, I'm that dude. We saw that in spurts with LeBron when he, for example, the whole 2007 playoff run, when everybody was doubting him after 4 years and all that stuff, and he just took them to the finals against the Spurs by himself. We saw spurts of that. Paolo came out here immediate. Like, I am that dude. I'm the best player on the planet, or best player on the team, and there's no questions about it. Give me the ball and move out the way. And when he did that, he dunked on somebody in summer league and didn't even play no more. I was like, oh, well, this a wrap.
Banchero doesn't seem to have the same care for, which is good and bad. He like, man, I'm going to go out here and get it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make everybody better.
and there's good and bad with that, but he's not worried about it. I'm going to cook. And I think that the Orlando Magic have played better because they're like, all right, well, we got to play at this guy's level. He's playing good basketball. Now, we have some guys who are young enough to be on his timeline, but old enough to be NBA veterans now, or not veterans, but to be comfortable playing in the NBA. And I think that those together make them very interesting. And, this is also Bol Bol watch. Bol Bol has made his way into the starting lineup.
Which we told y'all was going to happen.
And Bobo is a perfect fit with most people because he's 8 feet tall, so he's a decent rim protector.
With a
And on top
9-foot
of that,
wingspan.
he can stand out there and shoot the ball too, and he can handle it. So when you have these guys with large skill sets like this, that's the reason I going back to John Collins. If you could play him with a 5 who could shoot, you change the floor.
Well, the shooting, yes. But even more thing that's impressive about this Magic team, including Paolo Banchero and Bobo, is outside of like Mo Bamba, everybody can dribble and get their shot. Mo Bamba's handles and passing is like second to none. And I'm looking like, okay, I see why the Nuggets had to, because they basically had
No,
to
you
choose
talking about
between,
Bobo?
yeah, they had to choose between Bobo and Michael Porter Jr. Because neither you
No, you
can't.
didn't.
You gonna put Michael Porter Jr. at the 3?
No, what? Bobo can
Bobo
come
is
off
a
the
start.
bench.
I saw Bobo being a starter just because he covers so much ground defensively. He
But
overcomes his lack of weight by length. Like his reach. He blocks 3-point shots from the free throw line. Like that's insane.
but he doesn't have enough leverage to require to have to play. Like he can't come in and be like, well, you guys got to start me.
No,
You don't have to.
no, he could have come off the bench. They could have played him more, but eventually, as we see now, we just said we told you so. Eventually, he was gonna make his way into the starter lineup somewhere. You were gonna have to pay him.
And
If you
and the
played
other
him
part
more,
of it-
you couldn't stash him. And I think the Nuggets are trying to stash him and try to re-sign him on the low, and then play. And there's just no way.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I got to pick between Bobo and Aaron Gordon, I'm picking Bobo.
Now,
I like Aaron
yeah,
Gordon.
right now. Right now, yeah. I mean, you saying like after we've seen what he's done in the Magic, yeah. Or are you saying when
No,
they
I'm
drafted
saying-
him?
No. They traded for Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, you can either come off the like, and you didn't have to do anything. You could have kept Joker at the 5. You could have kept Aaron Gordon at the 4, starting 4. You could have played Michael Porter Jr. at the 3, and you could have rocked that. And then when it was time for somebody to come off, Bobo could really play at the 4 or the 5, really depending on who you want to put out there on the floor. I would have kept him. There's no reason. I'm gonna tell you right now, the backups for the Nuggets are DeAndre Jordan and Jeff Green and Zeke Naji. I don't want any of those guys above Bobo.
I mean, I don't know because we said he was going to be good is one thing, but he never. You didn't think so. You didn't think he was. It was a lot of. It was a lot of could be.
I saw him dribbling and playing in Denver.
Yes,
And I was like,
but
what
he
are y'all
also.
doing?
I think that there was some growth that was needed there, and I think he got it. Although he got it through the journeyman way. Once they started trading him, I was like, oh well, he's. I mean, y'all keep giving him a chance, and I just was like, y'all need to give him a chance, and that's why I said maybe they were trying to stash him because nobody would play him, and I was like, hey, y'all realize he hit 7 threes in a row in this preseason game, right? Like he has 5 assists that 2 of them are behind the back.
Tell me what it looks like when you got Joker and Bobo, and you can play 5 out. You could. Teams make mistakes. Trust me. Ours traded away Luka Doncic. The Nuggets, you made a mistake. You surely did. I'm gonna tell you, you could have had two really good passing bigs in Bobo and Joker, and you could have moved the ball and made people play chase for 4 quarters every game.
So let's get to New Jersey as the world turns. Labor organizers and the National Labor Relations Board have filed a charge against the Nets for Kyrie Irving's suspension. They say it violated federal labor laws and the league's collective bargaining agreement. I don't know how far this goes because I wonder if they waited. I don't know how this comes about. I don't know where this goes. Uh, but I am glad Kyrie is back.
Settlement.
Yeah, he's gonna get that money back that he had to pay at least.
Settlement. Just like they cut all them nurses for them for not wanting to take them COVID boosters.
Vaccines, yeah.
Yeah, vaccine, excuse me. Same thing with this. They're gonna pay him his money back.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
And
know.
I think going forward, they're going to in it, the NBA Players Association is going to have to formalize a like a structure for any type of penalty, or you're going to have some type of input from the Players Association. You can't continue to make this unilateral because clearly when people do this, they act on emotions, and that's inconsistent. For consistency's sake, I think they need to have a representative be at least a portion of that from the
Yep.
Players Association.
And in between all of this with the Kyrie stuff, including when they played the Celtics, how there's an organization that was rallying,
Hey,
protesting
it's not the
outside of
Q's. It's
the
not the Q's. I know
outside the
y'all saw all
nets.
the purple and gold.
Jalen
That is
Brown
the
thought it was the
Hebrew.
Qs, but it was actually the Black Israelites.
It is the Hebrew Israelites. Respect to them and their organization. I will say that I'm not the most read on that, but I know a lot of people confused, including Jalen Brown. Everything in purple and gold is not the Q's. Speaking of confusion, though, Kevin Durant slandered his whole team.
So while Kyrie's going to this, y'all remember Kevin Durant basically said our starting lineup is Edmund Sumner, Royce O'Neal, Joe Harris, Nick Claxton, and me. It's not disrespect, but what are you expecting from that group? You expect us to win because I'm out there. Uh, Ironically, they ended up Royce O'Neal had a triple double the next game, and they won the game. And Kevin Durant was
Roy
tight.
said, "You're not finna talk about me like that. You talk about the rest of them like that, but me,
But
I'm
Kevin
gonna fix
Durant,
you."
in so many words, said, "Yo, everything is on me. Like when we're all playing like shit, it's my fault. Like, and I think this all started. This thought started when they lost to the Bucks in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and Kevin Durant was fully exhausted, and they still were like, "Well, you should have done this." And he was like, "Man, I scored 44 points or however many points he had, triple double or almost triple double." Like by myself. And while I will say I've never heard an athlete say this out loud, I mean that just tells you the level of frustration that he's at, though.
I don't care. And you want to know why I don't care? It's the same team that you let James Harden run out there by himself with, and you let Kyrie run him off. So now the shoe is legitimately on the other foot. I do not care. This is what you deserve. I like Kevin Durant as a basketball player, but I do not want to hear any of this whining and crying. You did not have to have this situation. You did not have to be stuck with Ben Simmons. You let this happen. You wanted a team so you could be the leader, and you led it into this shit show. Hold that L.
Speaking of
That is also going to be the cover of the podcast.
So Ben Simmons, I will say I like Ben Simmons' personality seems to be coming out a little bit more. Like you could tell he's just like screw it. Like it is what it is. You going back to Philly, man. Philly is Philly. They gonna cuss me out. I know what it is. Like I don't. We called him soft. We called him, mentally weak and all this other stuff. It seems like he's just like, y'all gonna say whatever. It is what it is.
He deserves the blame. You did it. So this is how I feel about Ben. Number one, all the people who just said Ben Simmons is a terrible basketball player, never has been good. You guys drive me nuts. Because we forget that he was an all-star and he was a good basketball player until he played the Atlanta Hawks.
And he had a phantom back injury.
Exactly. And it is what it is. If you look at baseball players get the yips all the time. It comes with it. Anybody is public speaking, anytime that you're on the national stage, it's a lot of pressure. I acknowledge it. it comes with the job. But to say the man was just a terrible basketball player his entire career is also bullshit. I, I hope that he does mentally get better. The basketball has looked a little bit better recently, and I do like to see him with a little bit of attitude. That's what I would. That's what I think. Majority of people, as bad as we talk, we just rather see you be like, fuck it, and what?
I think that's where he's at. I think that's where he is. Like, and you can tell. Like, I ain't gonna say you can tell because again, we said we try not to be prisoners of the moment. But his last 3 games, he has played well. Especially because the ball is in his hand more. He's more distributing. They're putting him down in the paint, but they're kind of putting him as like the facilitator, almost in like the LeBron role when you used to post LeBron and then cut behind him. I'm actually looking forward to this game. What sucks is Joel Embiid isn't playing because that's really what I wanted to see, the interaction between Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. He may cook this game. If he cooks this game and he can get past that mental block of playing in Philly, it could be a problem for him. But I don't think Ben Simmons getting the yips and everything was a big deal for him in terms of like that wasn't the problem. It was how he reacted to everything was the issue. How you reacted to it. You ran away. You didn't talk. You pouted. You had a phantom injury. You blamed stuff on everybody else. You requested a trade out of Philly. Like you did all of these things. You didn't give any explanation. You came to practice but didn't want to be there, and you was pouting at practice. Got kicked out of practice, being a distraction. That's what soured everybody on you. Like the fact you got the yips, it was like you could come back from that. Like anybody could. Well, a lot of people can. Nick Anderson had a decent career, but he can come back from that for real. You gotta be mentally tough to do that, and you didn't.
And I think that's the reason that I think that there is an opportunity for him to be on the other side and to be a good basketball player. And I don't think that most people, like as many jokes as I make, I'm the guy quick to post the Trae Young photo. I don't want to see the man crash and burn either. And I honestly, 2 weeks ago we were talking about, is this the most meteoric fall of an NBA, like of an athlete of all time, to go from being basically an all-star every year to not being able to be on the floor. That's where it gets kind of tough to watch. To see him kind of get some of his confidence back.
I tell you what, if he does,
I'm a proponent of that.
And Kyrie can still come back and give you 17 points a game, y'all. I mean, they still are boo-boo. Their team is
you still
boo-boo.
Got a tough road to hoe.
Yeah,
and let's
your
be
team
very
is
clear
boo-boo.
about that. The rest of that team sucks. And I told y'all that when James was there. And everybody's like, oh, no, James quit. No, James said, okay, I have to make an adult decision here. Either you guys are going to help me out or I'm out of here. And y'all didn't help me. And Kevin let Kyrie keep badgering him. You didn't stop it. You didn't fix it. And if you didn't fix it, KD, all of this is on you. Yep. Best of luck to you, Ben Simmons.
Man, we said we were going to talk about the Kings before. The Kings at the time of this, I think, are 8-2. They were 8-2 at the time of this. They have a beam that they play every time that they put up the purple light beam in the sky every time they win. And Sabonis and Fox and Kevin Huerter, that trio is playing out of their minds. Now the Hawks, everybody knew that Kevin Huerter was a salary cap casualty. We didn't want to go into the luxury cap. But the Hawks have lost so much of their shooting. And to see him go out there and flourish in Sacramento, he's been playing. It sucks, but I'm happy for him. Because, I mean, there was no way he was going to get that opportunity in Atlanta. No way.
Exactly.
They won 7 of their last 9 games, and they dropped 100. They beat Brooklyn so bad that they had to reinstate Kyrie. And I got the screenshot. It's going to be put up there in the edit. I told y'all. I said, hold on. Was KD the only player in double figures when they played against Sacramento and got beat by 40, 153 to 113? I said, y'all were like, yeah. I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna let y'all know
There
right
you go.
now. He'll be back by. I said he'll be back by Monday. Is what I said. They said Kyrie will be available on Sunday. I was like, ain't no way. You can't lose by 40 to the Kings. Not to the Kings.
Yeah.
Not to the Kings.
And
Can't do
if
that.
and if you go back and listen to the basketball preview, I told y'all that the Sacramento Kings, my three teams, Sacramento Kings, I said very interesting. The Orlando Magic, very interesting, and the Houston Rockets. I said, do I think that these teams are world beaters today? No, but I think that they have a lot of good assets and they have a very, very strong future. Thank you, Sacramento, for proving me right. Orlando, I think that you guys have done a good job so far. And Houston, I think y'all still trying to get your balance right. But I think that they got good players.
Kevin Herter is averaging shooting almost 60% from three.
Show the stats. Click the other one. The stats are right there.
I just clicked the stats. It didn't pop up, but I'll do that. He's averaging 51% on 8.3 point attempts per 36 minutes, 52% on above the break threes, 47% on catch and shoot threes, and 58% on pull ups. On pull ups, that means he's getting the ball in fast break and can't miss right now.
Wait. Go back to where it shows 7-2 and click it to the right, and you'll show what they look like over those last 9 games.
I don't know where I did it. Oh yeah, Kevin Herter's averaging 56.1% from three, 17.9 points per game, and 73.2 true shooting percentage.
Wow. Yes. This is everybody. Why this is why this is frustrating to me. You can have three guys to shoot decent amount of shots, but you have to be okay with two other people shooting a decent amount of shots too.
They
This is
also play
beautiful
inside
basketball.
out. They have De'Aaron Fox. They have, don't they have Malik Monk? Yeah, they got Malik Monk. They have Kevin Herter. They have all these players, but they play inside out. They play Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, and Kevin Herter. They allow him to make plays. And all of a sudden, with the ball movement that they have become a problem. And the Hawks just don't have ball movement. I'm not trying to bring it back to the Hawks. So we had our Hawks segment. But the Hawks don't have
It's no
ball
way
movement.
you're gonna talk about Kevin Herter and his success. Now talk about the Hawks.
Yeah. So the Kings, man, the Kings are for real. We will be monitoring this situation for the rest of the year. Trae Young has some soul searching to do for the Hawks, man. You can't be. You and DeJounte have to be facilities. We keep telling y'all. We told you 20-13 from Trae, and maybe 28-8 from DeJounte, and you give John Collins 12 shots a game. I think we're one of the top three teams in the East if you do that. I don't think anybody can stop us.
And harsh reality, you trade John Collins, you don't got no rebounds.
You don't get
Clint Capella
anybody
or
back.
die.
There's nobody to get back. There's nobody. There's no player that you could get back outside of the Jazz's Jared Vanderbilt, who can't shoot, but he can do. He can defend. He can rebound. He can steal.
Not gonna get those 10 rebounds. He's not.
I think he.
No.
I think defensively he would be the only piece that I would probably accept along with the first round pick for John Collins, and you'd probably have to give me somebody else. I don't think he has the year.
I'm not taking Jared Vanderbilt in a first.
I said and somebody else because I don't think that they have the yearly contract. Those two contracts don't match. So I think you have to.
Well,
add
the contract wouldn't
shooter.
have to match. We would be under.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they're I'm sure they're not anywhere near the cap. So the money will work. It's the asset swap that I'm concerned about. You think you're gonna give me Jared Vanderbilt and a first, and I gotta draft this first and hope that this first ends up being as good as John Collins? I am prayerfully hoping that I draft a guy who's just that good, not any better.
So it is what it is, man. The Kings will, like I said, you know we got to monitor the situation. Man, why Montrez always be getting into it with people? Now, I'm not gonna say
That's
who was.
his
I don't.
job.
Trez has been frustrated with his lack of playing time in Philly. He was killing the Hawks in the game that Philly lost, and then they took him out the game, and he was big mad. But him and Giannis got into it, and then Giannis says he chose to come take my ball, have his coach get in front of me, and kind of bully me away from the court and go to the other basket. Montrez said, "Hey, make sure you get the complete story. I asked the man, can he get off the court so I can work out? They had to change the court over so I could work out. They had to change the court over. He ignores me, so hey, that's what you get. Respect is respect. Good night." I'm a little confused with Montrez's response. So you're saying they had to change the court over, and you asked Giannis to get off the court in the middle of his workout so that you could work out. I'm a little confused by that because if I'm Giannis, I wouldn't want to get off the court at all either.
If one of you guys is an MVP, one of you guys is Montrezl Harrell. I don't care what court it is. Giannis is going to get it, not you, big dog. Your time has come and was what it was. But let me tell you right now, if Giannis is shooting free throws, let him shoot the free throws.
And he missed
11
you
have to know your that game. You need to know your station in life. This is what happens when you don't know where you are. It's that simple.
What? And
Giannis
then
knocked
after
him over and that ladder.
After that, Giannis went to the other end of the court, and they had the ladder up, and they were doing work. And he asked them to move the ladder, and they said no. He moved it over a little bit. They moved it back in front of the basket, and then he grabs the ladder and throws it out the way. And he says, now he did release a statement saying, I didn't mean to throw it out the way. Nah, that was a flex of I'm 6'11", and I can throw this big 20-foot ladder with one hand while holding the palm in the basketball. Move out my way. That was a message sent.
And I hate to tell you, but I'm an MVP. I'm very confident that Adam Silver probably called the Sixers like, you guys can't do this to the most valuable player in the NBA.
Like, how does Montrez come out and tell Giannis to get out the way? Tell him to get off the court. Now, I don't know if that means because you have a home court that you should get priority over that. That may be what that means.
Yeah.
But, like, Trezz, like, how are you going to come over here? And then he says, then when they talking, Trezz says to Giannis and tells Thanasis, like, yo, I'm one of them. I will beat your ass. And I'm like, man, they grew up as.
Bro, we saw you play tonight. You're not one of them. You're not one of those. You're not him. You're not any of those. You're a guy.
And it's two of them.
Please don't forget that.
And you're one guy. It's two of them. And you want to be tough. Hey, man, the mean streets of North Carolina, I don't know. But I know that they grew up as men without a country. And they were out there in Greece with no country, no citizenship, because they don't give citizenships to. He just became a citizen like the last.
Me and my brother will beat the grease out of your ass. How about that?
I have 5 brothers, and they're all at the stadium. I got 4 brothers. They were all at the stadium. Like, and
yeah,
I mean, and then Giannis says, I don't feel I should apologize because I don't feel like I did anything wrong except the ladder just fell. I feel like it's my right for me to work on my skills after a horrible night at the free throw line. And Montrez,
I mean, the other part is,
like, he's
Giannis
frustrated.
Isn't really being a dick about any of this.
See, really like, so he moves it, and look, they move and come back and put the ladder back. Now, I do understand because, you know, these people got to go, they want to go home. Like, if I got to wait for you to finish working out so that I can take the court down. Like, nah.
I do not care. And respectfully, I respect these people who do these jobs, but also the reason that people come and watch me do this job is how you pay your bills. So yes, I'm going to shoot these free throws. I'm going to tell you who this wouldn't happen to: Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan.
No,
Hell,
it wouldn't.
LeBron, like, boy, if you don't move the hell out of the way.
Do you think Trez tries anybody else like that?
I think that he's trying to send a message, but I think he's barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah,
You can't send a message to this monster.
yes, you can.
He
You
is
gotta be scared of him just because he's Giannis.
okay. Trez, you had ample opportunity to see this man. And I would like to see the matchup between and I'm sure you've guarded him. And I'm sure it has not gone well for you. That's not a shot at you. Nobody's really done a great job with it. But ain't nothing you can do. Nothing at all. Pray.
Yeah.